Sawadee good afternoon, everyone. The organizer told me that I have only 20 minutes, so it's going to go fast because I speak fast anyway. The platform that we're talking about today is Fondue that BMA, Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, is using for their service and the process of every day that people actually asking us what's the problem and what's wrong to the problem in front or in the backyard of their houses. Actually, I have to give this compliment to the NSTDA first because Fondue is not an application belong to Bangkok, no. Actually, Fondue was designed several years ago. A lot of municipality and the public agency can actually access and make use of it. However, for the past 2 years, the governor is actually bringing in a Fondue into BMA system. By far, the application is working as a shortcut of the process. The governor himself always say that Fondue is actually encourage first, decentralization, second, de-hierarchical, third, participation, transparency, and accountability. So by saying that, it means that let's think of it. If you have a problem in front of your house or in the backyard of your house or on the way that you drive and you want to report this problem to the city, usually it would take you days or even months trying to actually report this problem into a city office. But by this application, you actually have to spend just some minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, I guess, to that location, taking a picture, report the problem, send that picture and the problem right into the application. As soon as you push the button, the requirement, the complaint of viewers would actually directly go to the district office. The head of the district office, actually the director of the district office would get this information as soon as the deputy governor got it too. So by this, instead of the district office waiting for the documents and else to process all the way through until the problem in front of your house is solved, that would take about weeks or days or even months. And to that huge of the thing, if you want to fix the pavement pedestrian, it would actually take you even longer time to process this into the BMA office and then to the governor and go back to them to actually order the solutions. By this application, since the governor and deputy governor and every director get the message in the same second, district office can just go directly to solve this problem that you actually report. De-hierarchical, you don't need an approval for deputy governor or any director anymore. District office can actually fix this. This is already de-hierarchical. We decentralize and delegate the power and authority to the district office that they can fix the problem. And third, this is also participation. One big thing that we never talk in terms of democratic country is how to make an active citizen and make the citizen make sure that their participation in reporting of the problem in front of their house would actually be fixed. This creates trust between the people and the public agency. And this is also, of course, this is transparency because every problem that is fixed that you see on the screen, every problem that is fixed would be reported back to you. How many minutes it goes from you reporting it until the office is actually getting it. And then the office go fix it or even send it directly to the organization that actually be the owner of the problem to come fix it. And also, you will be part of the participation in terms of satisfactory. And you can rate us of what score you want to give to the solution that the district office already go fix the problem to you. These actually create what we call digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation into the process of public service that the district office do and also the whole BMA. All of this would actually, can you go back to the map? Reporting to the map of the Bangkok, and you can see that the whole Bangkok would be reporting into the color of how many of the complaints that we get so far, almost 700,000 cases, and actually fixed by 80% within the past 2 years. I think that's also enormous. And the problem also can be desegregated into what kind of problem that is top in Bangkok. Street, of course. Light, of course. And also waste, definitely. That are 3 tops of the problem that report into this system. When we have this system, we realize that spatial data is actually one of the most needed to Bangkok to be managed. So we not only Fondue that you report by location automatically into the system, we also create what we call Bangkok map. In this Bangkok map, we actually put risk map onto one of the map that people can access. Right now, we actually put this on the internet. You can access. If you don't want to remember URL, just go to Google and say you want to access Bangkok map. You can also go there. In this risk map, can you click into fire map? In this risk map, it's open. This is an open source. Okay, the internet here is really good. Don't sign in. We don't want PDPA. This risk map is actually presenting multi-layer of Bangkok in terms of finding out where hazards that actually present. Right now, we put flood map on, accident map, crime map, fire map, PM 2.5 map on. The reason, and traffic. This is also why we put this, because these are the maps that are actually far away from PDPA the most. And then we put the hazard map on so that people can know what exactly rests on the map that each of the person actually can be in. And picture this, if we use a Fondue as a report of the problem, that's everyday life problem. They can also report the problem immediately too, and we can report this onto the risk map as well. Can I have only daily basis today attribute down there, fires of today, rather than most of the day. So when you actually ported this, because fire is actually in Bangkok without your realization, I connect with the system, so I received the message of fire almost 10 times that happened all the way day through. So with this map, as you can see, let me go deeper a little bit, time is running out, into the polygon, the red polygon that has a line, the dark red line around it, that polygon is indicate the established community. Established community in Bangkok is actually considered as a community that has a very high density of the people within the community. And usually the activity in that is also risk to fire. And with this, you can manage resource. The picture that look like building, the red one is a fire station. And we also have the information of fire that coming into this risk map. With this risk map, we can also manage whether or not we actually can get into the places at all time. Let's wait for the map one bit. I'm sorry, I'm speaking too fast than the map. Are we having problem with connection? Can we switch to slide? We can come back to this, freeze. And with this risk map, we can also pinpoint, if you remember the incident in Bangkok, that many of the incident when it happened, we required the positioning and the location of water hydrant. Right now, we have about 24,000 water hydrant around Bangkok, especially in a very risk-prone area. We can also see where the system is. Can I have water hydrant up? And also, you can actually put the location of the water extinguisher to many of the water hydrant at this point, because we actually zoom out of this Bangkok map. If you zoom in, you can see how far apart of each of the water hydrant. Sorry, we are in real time of actually accessing the system. This is a real-time system. I'm not capturing the slide here today, so I want you to see that the system, you can also access it because we opened it for public. This is also a distance. When you zoom in, you can actually calculate the distance, and this is going to a very efficient resource distribution. This is in the collaboration and cooperation between us, BMA, with the WMA, Water Management Authority. We work together in terms of putting this. So if you put this all together with a fire that actually can point into the map when you report the map in, we can actually trigger faster in terms of what team arriving into the scene, as well as we have to connect with the WMA so that they release a higher pressure to that water hydrant, because the water pressure that we actually have to extinguish the fire is totally much different than the water pressure that you're actually using for taking a bath or else. So this is also the risk map. If you are interested more about this risk map, you can access yourself and play with it. And this is also a spatial data that we use. So in order to do this, we also have, do we have fire of the day? The attribute is down there, right? ลงไปอีกอะค่ะข้างล่างเลยวะไฟไหม้วันนี้มันจะอยู่ข้างล่างวะนั่นแหละเอาไฟไหม้อื่นออกก่อน Okay, can we find a spot of a fire today that reporting into the map? This risk map is really useful for the management side because it allows us to see that's a water extinguisher. Right now, the water extinguisher that's present right now is almost about 35,000 of this tank around the community area, especially in the risk-prone area. So for the management team, it's easier for us to actually manage resource. Now, let's stepping into how we get the warning to the public. Because so far, when you use Fondue, people telling us of daily problem basis. And when daily problem basis call for us, we actually go out. Most of the daily basis problem is not urgent, most of them. Not every single one of them is urgent. So it's just like fixing the pavement, and then the cover of the sewage is actually missing, or the trees is actually up against struggling by your vision in terms of you want to drive or else. So that's for the Fondue. Then, if you remember the incident, let me brag about it a little. Several months ago, we had an incident in Paragon department store. And that incident is a massive shooting. As soon as that shooting happened, people will be calling out for emergency alert system. Distinguish between early warning system. This, we're calling out for emergency alert system. A lot of people confusing it with Amber Alert. Totally different purposes. Same technical system, I agree. But then when we talk about emergency alert system, it means that emergency already occurred. You want to alert people by that incident that already occurred. This is far different than early warning. Early warning, the incident has not occurred yet, about to. So these two systems are separate. So let me begin with the early emergency alert first. In response to emergency alert, people have been calling for emergency alert. Everyone is talking about CBC, CBS, broadband system, cell site. Everyone's talking about that. And we are trying to put that into the agency that can take care of it. To me, technology is not a problem. You can link cell site. Any service provider in the country right now is actually be able, technologically capable of doing it. It's just an investment in the system. What's problem the most is SOP. And that I think everyone in here as an audience know how SOP is the most important in our job to create safety, standard operating procedure. If you want the message to come in and kick it out to the public, what are you going to actually confront in the few seconds? First, everyone knows the same thing at the same second, and everyone has the same reaction in the same time. How can you manage the space? How can you manage the confusion? How you manage the frightening? How? Who's going to manage it? This is not an easy part. So when people have been asking if Bangkok is going to do massive shooting by itself, my answer is not yet. I can't. When the shooting happened in one particular area, I am not a first tier. BMA is not. First tier is the owner of the department store, the owner of the private sector, the owner of the building. Second, security of the building first to release that information, and it has to be a very credible one. Otherwise, hoax will do damage. Rumor will also do damage as well. So the screening of the message has to come out first. And then the response, remember this, as soon as you get the message, a person who is also the risk of viewers is also getting the same message. How are you going to actually introduce them to do what? So, to make proof that technology-wise, we can do it, different platform. I don't have an authority over CBC and CBS. Let me use my Fondue. And only fire that actually lie under BMA jurisdiction. As soon as someone sees smoke, as soon as someone sees a splash of the electrical system, call 199. It starts from there. As soon as the call comes in with the 199, the 199 will distribute all the message in through our system, line application, radio system, and dispatch to 191 as well, and 1669. That's to the dispatch system. The message coming in, we're kicking it off. Our fire station, fire truck has to be ready within 2 to 3 minutes and then get out. We have to be at the place that the report come in within 8 minutes. We call it 8 golden minutes. And with these 8 golden minutes, it believes in emergency that within 8 golden minutes, the damage that can occur to your body, if in case it's a medical kind of service. If it is fire, 8 minutes is actually the top threshold that we can bear with the severity and the damage that's gonna occur. In order to dispatch them, right now we see, okay, should we release a fire incident message to our channel that we have as an emergency alert? Why in fire we call emergency alert? You cannot do early warning of fire. You can't. Fire occur first and then you alert. You cannot predict that people are actually going to make fire or even a forest fire. You can't. So it's emergency alert that is well fit. To this, in Fondue Plus, if you push the button on your left-hand side into other service and then you push into a message, you can pick. You have to consent first. For example, I work in Jiangwattana area, and no, my house is in Jiangwattana area. I work at Shaoxingcha, so I go into the system and said, I need to know every incident that happened in these 2 areas. Fondue Plus is going to push the message of fire first. It has to be fire first because that under the jurisdiction of BMA totally. From the beginning until the end, the fire ends and else. The message would actually be sent out in these 4 details. Because when we warn people, when we use the system to do emergency alert, we just don't want them to, oh, emergency happened, yes, I know it, done. No, we need reaction. So the introduction and the suggestion and the way where to go is actually being introduced into the system as well. In case of fire, you will know the escalation of the fire, whether or not it's go up and down. The message will be distributed to you for only 3 messages first, if it is an incident as a standard. And then we will also tell you whether or not the road and the traffic around the area that you actually supposed to be avoid and not get close to it. So basically, we reduce the risk of the people who's getting to the area. And with this, in the next phase of Fondue, we're actually planning to use Fondue as also the warning and receiving the information. We are trying to work into the system as well. If we're going to use this Fondue to actually pinpoint the positioning of things that happen, whether or not we can help them much more than this. This will also connect to BMA doctor application that we put into the system as well. In that application, we plan to put the red button for medical emergency service. How is it different from you call 1669? When you call 1669, maybe your adrenaline is actually too high, so you don't remember where you are. And you might miscall the street in the nickname of the road or the shortened name, and then that would make a confusion of the team that go to rescue you, and that wasting the time. In order to put this into that application, the location automatically record and send it to the team that to come find you. So that would be the next step that we do. Last but not the least, I have 1 minute left. This is the other application that Bangkok has, connecting Traffy with the Line Alert and working it in Line OA of BMA as well. You can access to this. We actually coordinate with Line Alert. All of you may actually be familiar with Line Alert already. In this Line Alert, it would be a lot of information coming in around the country. So BMA right now is in the phase of pushing PM 2.5 level to Line Alert. We are planning to actually push the message of fire and also the message of flood and rain into the system anytime soon in the future. The reason that we have not got there is because under a PM 2.5 is actually have to indicate by the standard of the level of PM 2.5 first in order to trigger SOP of the area what's to do next. And also for the flood, and rain. Right now, Bangkok is not Department of Meteorology. No, we are not there. So a capacity of advisory, a capacity of forecast is still with the Department of Meteorology. Our capacity is actually early warning because we work with C-band and X-band radar. So we work with the calculation of whether or not the amount of rain that actually going to pour into one district or area is how much of them, and that we can warn perhaps my hopeful thought 90 minutes before. So by far, these are all the systems that BMA has and implement right now. As you can see, you invite me for Fondue, I know that. But this is my recommendation from my 2 years of work serving as a deputy governor. You cannot keep creating too many applications. To confusion. We have like what, gazillion application right now. You're spending hours to pick an application to actually help yourself. So right now, Bangkok is trying to actually tie up daily basic work from Fondue, complaint from people, which is daily basis and not urgent first. And then plus the system that we can get the warning out, also emergency alert out, and hope that the SOP in which, if it is a fire, is under the jurisdiction and authority of Bangkok comprehensively 100%. With that, the message that we have good intention of sending it out to the public doesn't have a bad intervention of creating more confusion and risk. So the SOP of operation down there to the cities actually have to be in place as well. And connecting with live alerts so that the information of the alerts is actually united. The single command usually work with a single system of data and information and warning, not because we only have single commander. That's a wrong message. So I concluded with, if you're going to actually manage safety measure and try to make it more efficiently and effectively, I think that I encourage every city and every municipality, as small as you are, as big as you are, you would have some of the data which is really very big. Data is everywhere. Just clean the data first, making it spatial use and integrate it with other agencies that are actually working in the same mission to create a safety in the area. And all the system actually will be in place. Keep following us to Facebook, or Fondue system, or even Line OA of Bangkok, or even if some of you already do a health check screen through the BMA doctor application, those things would actually go to the same place soon. And it would be one Bangkok, one map, and one system. Thank you very much.